Shadiversity has another stupid opinion about AI art. For reference, people have been posting images that were just normal images that were recreated in an AI art program in some sort of vague Studio Ghibli style. There's a new Studio Ghibli style filter for the AI art programs, and people have been using it on Twitter. And then some people complained about it, and he's here to defend it. Let me read it for you. I'm going to do an accent, a stupid voice for it, because I don't want to say it with my own voice. Okay. Hello. The Ghibli art style is plain, uninspired, and the actual reasons people love it is because of the quality of stories the style has been attached to. Hello? And the fluidity and details of the animations it appears in. Not the style itself. I get that it has an innocent charm to it, hence the fun in depicting controversial images in it, but that does not make the style itself anything special when separated from these stories it's been used in, and the quality of animation. I think I was ripping off Bundy. He's saying that the Ghibli art style is plain and uninspired. Obviously, it's a defined art style because the AI is copying it and recreating it. And you select the style to create images that look like Studio Ghibli artwork. So he's saying that it's at the same time too generic and uninspired to even really be a style, but also that obviously the AI can recreate this style and everybody recognizes it just from looking at it. They don't even need to be told that's what it is, and that's what it... So it's so defined and clear that it's a particular art style, that the AI has been trained using the art they made, that everybody can tell just from looking at it. But it also doesn't count, guys. It's me from the future. Let me just show you real quick how this works. See, these are some of the AI art programs. These are offering free image generation, apparently. Generating images with Ghibli Diffusion. Unleash your inner Miyazaki. Generate Studio Ghibli images from text. Apply Studio Ghibli style to any image. Elevate your desktop with Studio Ghibli wallpapers. Craft magical Studio Ghibli posters. Generate Studio Ghibli backgrounds with AI. Create Studio Ghibli artwork with AI. Yeah, but guys, it's not copying Studio Ghibli or anything. It's not copying their style or anything. But it does literally say that it's going to use their style to create images for you. Or even just use it as a filter for pre-existing images to put it in the style of Studio Ghibli. And everybody recognizes this, and the companies are even saying it themselves. That's what they're advertising this as. Everybody knows it has a defined style. And they're defining it as Studio Ghibli style, as Ghibli style. They're even mentioning Miyazaki on the front page, okay? And these are the top 2 results when I typed Studio Ghibli AI, okay? These 2. Ghibli AI, free Ghibli AI filter. Generate Studio Ghibli AI image. Studio Ghibli AI image result. Ghibli Studio and Ghibli AI images example. Yeah, I think it's I think it's Ghibli's art style. I think it's very defined. I think it's a very defined art style, and the companies making all of this know it is. And that's why they're listing it as a Ghibli art style. And Ghibli images, and wallpapers, and backgrounds. All of it. Literally, the companies themselves that make these AI programs are saying it. But Shad is saying that they're wrong about their own product that they're selling and they're advertising to people. It doesn't make any sense. And that even though people can recognize these images and they immediately think that it's Ghibli style, and they know it is, and they're correct, and they don't need to be told about it, somehow it's that recognizable. But guys, it doesn't count. He said it's uninspired and too generic. So it doesn't count, guys. Oh yeah, it's probably going to make me sign up. Let's try this one. And yes, they all want you to pay eventually for higher quality images, or to make more images, or more filters, or more possibilities to make the images look better. They're trying to sell it. They're trying to make money from it. It's not just like fan art or something. I've seen his idiotic statements on this also, saying that people can make fan art of fictional characters, and that he thinks that's copyright infringement. So then he thinks, hey, why not just steal their whole art style and then have AI copy their work and then sell their work? And he thinks it's the same thing. That somebody drawing a fictional character and calling it fan art is the same thing as stealing their art, using a machine to recreate that style, and then selling it to people. He thinks that's the same thing. I'm not joking. I'll show you the tweet in just a bit. Let me just do this. Alright, yes, I realize there's a black box at the top right, but I'll just leave it now. Might as well. It's more consistent if I just leave it. Anyway, I found the tweet. He's saying that fan art is copyright infringement, but he doesn't think that the AI models trained using this company's art style, right? The art they created without their permission, without paying the company at all. He doesn't think that's copyright infringement. He doesn't think selling it and advertising it as Studio Ghibli art style and putting the company's name all over on the website, they're advertising this and they're selling this as their art style. And they even put Miyazaki, they put his name in the description and they're selling this on a storefront. Okay. It's a full-on storefront, and that's somehow not copyright infringement. But he thinks that somebody drawing fan art is copyright infringement. But just let's think about this for a bit. So if a kid draws a picture of a fictional character, that's copyright infringement. If their parent puts a picture on the refrigerator, that's copyright infringement. And they're going to have to sue the kid or the parent and have the picture taken down from the refrigerator. Or maybe it's just if you post a picture on social media. Then they're going to sue the parent or the child or whatever and have it taken down from social media. No, they're not going to do that. We all know they're not going to do that. Nobody thinks fan art is copyright infringement. You're allowed to draw things for fun. It only gets weird if you start selling it on a storefront. If you go to a convention and you start selling products that you've made using their intellectual property, right? Something about a fictional character. So unless you start selling t-shirts with the fictional character on it, you probably won't have any problem, okay? Nobody thinks fan art is copyright infringement, but Shad thinks it's copyright infringement. This man is spitting true. And what I find funny is that most artists perform actual copyright infringement all the time in making fan arts. Yes, making fan art without a license is 100% copyright infringement. But then pretend to care about copyright when it threatens their livelihood, even though, in the case of AI duplicating art styles, no copyright infringement even takes place. It is legally impossible to copyright an art style. They're literally advertising it as Ghibli's art style, as Studio Ghibli's art style. They're mentioning Miyazaki. They're 100% copying the art. That's what they trained it with. The program is made to copy the art style. Okay, trained on their images, not just the characters, but even the backgrounds. And they're selling characters and backgrounds in the style of Studio Ghibli. They literally 100% are infringing. It's just whether or not the company can actually sue them if they have the money to do it, to sue all these companies. Like, are you kidding? But you think fan art is? What are you talking about? And if you think it's only specific characters, what happens when you have these AI art programs make those specific copyright protected characters? Did you commit copyright infringement when you had an AI art program create Supergirl fan art for you? Was that copyright infringement? Did you steal it, Chad? Should you go to prison? Should you be fined for that? No, you didn't believe it then, but now you pretend you believe it. Of course, right. It's just now you can not only have the program make the character for you, but you can even have it made in the art style of the company that made the character. And you can pay this company, not the company that made any of this, but you can pay the company that makes the AI art program to make these images for you. So they're selling it. The character in the art style from the company, using the art they stole, and they trained the AI art program using the art they stole. They're just not bundling it with the program because the program has already been trained using the art. So now it can recreate it. And then they say that's why it shouldn't count as copyright infringement or stealing because they already did it and they're not selling the stolen thing. They're just selling copies of the stolen thing. It doesn't make sense. Obviously, that's still stealing. Like, what are we doing here?
So to demonstrate this process, we are going to be making an image of one of my favorite fictional characters, Supergirl. The first step is to choose the AI image generator. There are multiple ones out there, but I use the local installation of Stable Diffusion in the automatic 1111 interface. The reason why Stable Diffusion is the best is that it enables you to use multiple extensions and add-ons.
It's called Ghibli Diffusion. The website says Ghibli Diffusion. It's literally called Ghibli Diffusion. It's the same program he uses and that he tells people to use that is great. That's the website I was talking about. Ghibli Diffusion. Let me read this for you. What is Ghibli Diffusion? Ghibli Diffusion is an AI model based on Stable Diffusion, specifically fine-tuned, to create images in Studio Ghibli's art style. It aims to capture the essence of Ghibli's artistic techniques, the soft, dreamy color palettes, the intricate details, and the seamless blend of the ordinary and the magical. They're describing the art style that they're 100% trying to copy, that they did actually copy, which he said is generic and uninspired, but the company that makes the AI art program, they're describing the art style on their website that he says is uninspired and generic. What? This dedicated Stable Diffusion Studio Ghibli model is readily available in our AI Generators SD mode. You'll also find dozens of other models there, many of which can emulate Miyazaki's unique style quite well. Alternatively, you can experiment with our fine-tuned anime style in the Essential mode. They're calling it specifically a unique style. They're copying his art style, and they're doing that by copying his art, because this isn't a person drawing it. It's not a robot just drawing it randomly. It was trained using their art, and it's recreating that art, okay? It's recreating things in that style. And you can even have it create characters from those works of fiction in that style. And he still doesn't think that any of this is copyright infringement. But he thinks that fan art actually is copyright infringement. This is becoming so ridiculous. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's literally, he recommended Stable Diffusion. And this is called Ghibli Diffusion. That's right. And this is what they're describing this as. And also he thinks this looks better. He thinks this one particular art style is just the better version of every other kind of art style. Which also, as many people have mentioned, isn't going to work in animation. It doesn't work. You can't paint shadows and light effects on somebody's knee like this. It's not, but at the same time, very generic, triangle-faced character. Somehow her face looks more like a Barbie doll than the hand-drawing one frame from an animated movie. Doesn't look as generic as the AI version, despite having all these extra details, because it's just such a generic face. They can't change her eyes. They can't actually change her facial structure at all, not even a little bit. He's just such a moron. I can't believe it. He's constantly defending AI. Constantly. And he'll go after all of these hand-drawn animations throughout decades, which the AI was then trained on, which created all of this. While he, of course, pretends he loves writing, and he's a nerd, he loves being but he doesn't actually like anything people have created. He doesn't respect anybody who's made anything, he doesn't respect the work. It's just uninspired, and AI is just so much better for him, because he gets to type it and feel like he made something. That's what it is. He can't draw, he wants to be able to draw really good, and so instead of just saying that the AI made it for him, he says that he somehow did it with the AI, and therefore he's an artist too, guys. And that it's better. And so he doesn't need to learn anything because, hey guys, the AI it does it better. So why would he draw? That's the copium he's on, actually. And then he says, LOL, I could have proven my point just as easily with an example from superior traditional art styles. But using AI art trigger so many people. It's hilarious because so many people think AI art is evil and must never be acknowledged to have any quality at all, especially when compared to the sacred cow that is Ghibli. And don't get me wrong, I think many Ghibli films are great, and the animation is superb. It's the art style itself I'm calling plain, but most people will ignore this because how dare you criticize Ghibli? The reason the art style is softer and simpler is because it's animated. It has good animation. Do you see the connection? If they put this kind of detail on everything, then it wouldn't be very fluid animation. It would take too long to make an hour-long movie. It would look bizarre when you try to have the characters run or fight or do anything. It has fluidity. It has a defined art style, hence the computer, hence these programs can steal it, can copy it, and everybody can recognize it. What you're showing is not a defined art style. It's generic. It's random slop created by the AI. It's the default generic version of their AI art before you add any styles to it. I've seen that. They have the generic version, and then they have generic anime or Western versions, and then they have specific art styles from artists. In this case, it's Studio Ghibli. In other cases, it's literally specific artists. I've seen this, and people can recognize it. An image generated, if they've seen art from somebody, they go, oh, that's from that person, or that it's created using that art style. Everybody knows that these are all specific styles that people like, and people pay premium to use them to generate these images. And these styles were created by taking the art that was created by the people, and that's just stealing. They didn't pay the people, they didn't get consent from them. Yes, it's just stealing. Like what? You're not an artist because you typed something in and had the AI make it for you. It's so ridiculous. Let's go back for a second. He keeps posting this image for some reason, a GIF, or I guess a short video. I don't even think he watched the movie from whatever he's posting it from. Let me try to find it here. There's so many of him just arguing incessantly about this. So the first time he posts this, which I guess he thinks is better than Studio Ghibli, first, he doesn't understand that different art styles is good. It's a good thing. You don't want everything to look the same. This is sci-fi. What he's saying is he thinks this looks neat. He thinks it's cool to have the robots and everything, the robot hands moving, the detailed images of some sort of robots, and he thinks that's cool. That's what he's saying, but he thinks that means that it has better art, a better art style, and possibly better animation. Now let's watch this for a second. Notice how there's hardly any movement here? It's just the hand moving. Two hands moving. Yet again, almost nothing is moving here. It's a good use of the images, but there's not a lot of animation. Just like this. Most of it isn't moving. It looks good, they did a good job with it, but it's not something like Studio Ghibli, where they have fluid motion and grass moving everywhere and rain they draw the rain and everything. Like, it's not the same thing. I mean, there's a person here explaining to him that only a small percentage of the screen has movement, and the rest of it is a still image. That's why it looks so good to you, or realistic or whatever. Not that realistic is always better. Like, nobody would see this and think, I'm not trying to be mean or criticize it or whatever. Like, it's good, it looks good, but nobody's going to see this and know what studio made it or whatever and say it's an art style. Because if you just go with realistic, that's just realistic. Like, it has very nicely drawn, like, robot stuff, robotics. It's uninspired because it's so similar to many other plain styles you can see in hundreds of other animations. Wait, I'm not even doing a British accent anymore. What am I doing? Ghibli succeeded because of their execution of that style, as you said. It's their animation ability, not the style itself. Everybody recognizes the style, so it's obviously a very clear, defined, recognizable style. Oh, he really doesn't understand anything here, does he? I'm talking about in his old style, of the art itself, separate to the animation and execution, which I do very well. Hello, hello. So he takes a random still image of characters kneeling and says, well, I guess it's not very good art style. I guess it's not a very good animation. And just says, well, I guess it's not very good art style. Yep. I can't even see the other one. Did he ban the guy? I retweeted this. Why couldn't I find this? And this person's telling people that he posted 30 seconds from a movie, essentially, right? A short movie. 41-minute OVA that mostly looks like this. And he would call that a generic art style. So the thing he's using to say that there's better art styles out there has this kind of art style, which he would call generic. He would call the humans generic in this. And he'd say the art style just isn't defined enough and it's not very good. I mean, he thinks this movie has generic art and a generic style and a generic kind of art style. Really? But he thinks this is much better? No, I don't even know if he watched this movie or whatever. I don't think he did. He probably saw this clip somewhere on Twitter and is using this to try to win an argument about AI art or something, or why Studio Ghibli's bad or not good enough or something. And you might wonder, why is he doing this when it's all about AI art images? Why is he going at Studio Ghibli? Well, it's because people are generating images. And so he's saying, well, if it's just images and not the animation, then they apparently weren't good enough anyway, so you can't really steal because it's so generic and uninspired, right? That's what he's saying. Let me see. Why can't I see any of the comments under this? What the hell's going on? It's hidden, isn't it? Where is it? He hid it! He hid it! What the He hid the guy's... Are you joking? It's not even in the spam thing. He purposely went out of his way to hide it, dude. He hid it. That's why I couldn't see it anymore. He's on right now and he just hid it. I looked at this a few minutes ago. It's not here anymore. What the hell? So this didn't get deleted. The guy didn't delete it because I'm still seeing it. So he must have clicked something here and clicked to hide it just after I saw it and liked it and retweeted it. And now we can't see any comments under it. We can't see this here anymore. Look, it's under here, but it's not. He just hit that guy's response because he's proving it's bullshit. Because he's proving that this post is bullshit. And he also probably didn't watch the thing he's even showing a clip from. He has no idea what this is. Because he would call this a generic art style. The thing he's saying is better art than the thing... What? Because he's saying this is better art than the other movie, and he would think this is generic also, but he hasn't seen it, so he didn't know. And when somebody posts a clip from it and shows the name of it, he just hides it. And he acts like, what? He makes videos shitting on people all the time, and movies and everything, and he gets called out on Twitter by somebody with a couple likes. Somebody with 206 followers on Twitter, and he just hides it and pretends that it didn't even ever happen. What? That's the only reply I can see from this. And can I see it now that I've said something here? I can see it now that I've said something. I still can't see the other responses, and I couldn't see it before I said something. That's the only thing that makes it show up for me, is by responding to him. And I could only even find this again because I had it liked and retweeted. Wow. If I would have been a couple minutes later here, I wouldn't have even seen that. Wow. Very intellectually honest. Good faith arguments here. Very good stuff. Oh my, I still can't see the comments under it, even though I made a comment. Maybe if I click it here, I can see my comment now. Am I allowed here? I can't see my own comment either, because he hid my comment too. How can he even do that? What the fuck is wrong with Twitter? Oh my god, he's hiding all of the comments that say anything about this. That actually shows something, you know, just... Look at this. I can't even see my own comment under that one guy's post. I can't see it either. He hid it. He hid it. This is a day later. I'm not sure how I'm putting all this together, but I'll probably put this after. You can see. I literally can't even find my own comment here. And I can't find the post here because he hid the post, and then I could see it after I made a comment under that post after I liked and retweeted it and clicked it directly, you know, from the link. I can't even see it with my own comment because he hid that comment. He hid the guy's comment and he hid my comment. So people won't see it. I'm not joking. Look, here it is. I had to click it directly, but when I click this, oh look, none of the comments are available. I mean, oh look, it's not here. It's not here. And none of the comments are available under here either. The only way I can see this from my own comment, right? I'll show you again real quick. No comments. It's not here. It's not even hidden. I mean, it's not spam, you know. It's not even listed as probable spam is what I'm saying. But if I go to my replies, I guess, I can only see my comment here on my page under replies. That's the only way I can see it because he hid it. It had 473 views and then he hid it. And the other guys had 1.2 thousand views. Well, probably less when he hit it, but he's making sure people aren't seeing this. Because obviously, if he thought he had an argument against this, he would just make the argument, or he wouldn't hide it. He wouldn't need to hide it. But he hid this guy's post, and then he hid my post, commenting under it. It's literally just not visible to people. Whenever they click this, they're not going to see it. They're not going to see it. It's just not there. I can't even see it after I commented on it, unless I go to my profile and then go to replies and then click my reply to see it. I don't know if this guy is going to see the response to his reply because, you know, it's all hidden. And see, he hid this because I told the guy that somebody hid the reply. And so he doesn't want people seeing that the reply was hidden. So he hid this, telling people that he hides these replies. He literally constantly hides replies that prove that he's wrong because he doesn't have an argument against them, because he doesn't have any response to them. He doesn't have an answer. So he just hides them. He's like the far-left social justice type he's complaining about, going around censoring everything and making echo chambers. He's literally just doing that.